As an initial D fanboy, finding a good racing anime is tough. But lucky enough for me, I stumbled upon Redline thanks to a few Discord friends recommending it to me one night. So after we all got off, I threw on Redline just to kill some time, and wow, I was blown away. The stunning visuals, simple, easily digestible story, and the J-Rock Disc and Review soundtrack played beautifully on my screen. For the entire 1 hour and 42-minute runtime, I was hooked on every single second of the film. It's safe to say that our protagonist, Sweet JP, and the entire roster of Redline really did leave a good impression on me. I simply have to mention the soundtrack to this film composed by James Samoji, because hearing it played during the races gave me flashbacks to watching the infamous Kansai Drift scene from Initial D. Because frankly, anything that can give me that feeling again, I'm automatically drawn to. Now some of you may think that's a low bar to set, but hey, drink me. Initial D is one of my favorite anime of all time, and after getting that same feeling, I was living for this movie. Redline was everything I wanted it at the time of watching it. A fun, action-packed, feel-good adventure that I was able to turn my brain off to and thoroughly enjoy. And I think you'll enjoy Redline, so go give it a chance. Not once did I ever check my phone or look at how much runtime was left, and frankly, almost anything Studio Madhouse releases, I eat up. And with a track record containing some of my personal favorite films, like Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, and Trigun Badlands Rumble, it's safe to say Madhouse knows what they're doing. And with Takashi Koike making his directorial debut, he did set the bar pretty high for himself. Before this, he directed the pilot episode of Afro Samurai, and was a key animator on Samurai Champloo, and he also was a part of the staff on all of the 3 previously mentioned films. So it's safe to say that he has an extremely good track record with good-looking anime. With how visually gorgeous the entirety of the film looks, Koike came to impress in his directorial debut. Redline is completely hand-drawn, and with over a total of 100,000 hand-drawn frames. It took the team 7 whole years to finish Redline, and the effort put into the film shines, as there is never a dull moment on the screen. Redline is just consistency at its finest. From the opening shot, we're introduced to a wild world with humanoid aliens, animals, and regular people all taking part in the spectacle that is underground intergalactic racing. An illegal subculture that so many people are invested in. And for a film that's only a little over an hour and a half, you'd think this much contrasting designs would be jarring and take away from the viewing experience. But you're completely wrong. Everything in Redline just works. You don't have to ask questions because it's just that enjoyable. While the world building is crammed into the story, it's still well done and enough to satisfy us and keep us on edge through the entirety of the movie's runtime. We get enough shot time and exposition of all the racers to see just how they all stand out thanks to their unique designs. And while we don't get a ton of character development, they're all still memorable and you can tell who is who during the entirety of both the races. We get exposition pieces, but they're never boring as the exposition dialogue is always paired remarkably with some stunning visuals and a healthy mix of show don't tell. Side note here, but if you're into big ass kaiju fights, Redline has that too, and it's just as crazy and as bombastic as you'd expect it to be. And that's what I love about this movie. It's so over the top that it just works. Koike and Co. were able to make a super simple yet surprisingly enjoyable movie. Years later in 2021, Redline still holds up and is 110% worth the watch. I highly recommend you go and buy this movie just to support Madhouse. That's all for today's video, everybody. Dune here, signing out. Be sure to like the video, comment down below what other anime you think I should watch and review, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social medias linked below just to see what I'm up to in my day-to-day life. Alright everybody, take it easy.